In this extremely plain box is one of Wyze's newest products, the Robot Vacuum. This app-controlled vacuum features top-of-the-line specs like LiDAR room mapping, path planning with straight-line cleaning, 2100 PA suction, virtual wall barriers, scheduling, and room-specific cleaning, all at a price around $200. This comes in below Roomba's cheapest model. On paper, the Wyze Robot Vacuum is a fantastic deal. But how well does it work, especially in an apartment that is predominantly carpeted? There is only one way to find out. Inside the box is all the necessary equipment: the vacuum, the charging dock, 2 brushes for corners and crumbs, and 2 air filters. Setting up the vacuum was quick and straightforward using the Wyze app. All in all, the setup took under 5 minutes, including the firmware update, and I really appreciated the built-in cord holder for the docking station, allowing me to keep the cord nice and tidy. After letting it charge up fully, I set it loose, using the strong suction setting, and off it went. First impressions. It was interesting to watch it work, mapping my home and navigating around the furniture. It did get stuck twice during its mapping. The first time it drove up the base of a tower fan and wedged itself in between the fan and the base, and the second was under a cabinet. Other than that, it didn't have any issues. The mapping of my apartment was interesting. It did a very good job mapping out. On the left is a layout of my apartment, and on the right is the mapping. The vacuuming aspect was a bit odd. For instance, it mapped and vacuumed half of the kitchen, then returned later to finish it. It did do the whole kitchen eventually, but I would have thought it would have done it all at once. Additionally, there seems to be a particular chair that the vacuum really likes to clean under, going over and over the spot several times. Pros. It's quiet, at least on my carpet. It does get a little bit louder when it goes onto the vinyl flooring in the kitchen, for instance, but overall it is less noisy than I thought it would be. I do run it on the high suction because of my carpet, but it is much more quiet than a regular vacuum. It works good. It picks up quite a bit of dirt and junk on the carpet, including almost all of the Christmas tree tinsel droppings and even strings that are on the floor. The app is super easy to use. You can create schedules, start the vac, see the life left of the parts, and so on. I love the fact that you can schedule it to clean. It is very easy to set the schedule, allowing reoccurring, specific rooms, times, and suction power scheduling. It cleans the whole place. Both the dustbin and the battery are big enough to clean my entire place with plenty of battery left over. Granted, I do live in a fairly small apartment. Remote start. You don't need to be home in order to start the cleaning. Just pop open the Wyze app and press clean. You can come home to a clean place. Easy to set up the barriers. Within seconds, you can drag and drop a virtual wall around those areas you don't want to clean. The dustbin is easy to access. You just lift the top and it slides right out. It does a good job mapping. The map looks very much like a robotic version of my floor plan. It looks sharp. I really like the way it looks. It's smooth, sleek, and shiny. Cons. The dustbin's a bit on the small side. It is more than enough to clean my apartment, but it doesn't seem like I could go too many full house vacuums without emptying it. The battery life isn't stellar, but I am running it at the highest setting, which affects battery life. In that setting, it does seem to use about 1% of battery per minute running. That is something to keep track of. If you have a larger place, you might not have enough battery power to run on high for the entire house. When placing a virtual barrier, the app doesn't really let you do it when the vacuum is right there. It's a slight annoyance because if the vacuum gets stuck on something, I would like to create a barrier right then and there since I know where exactly it got stuck. But the app prevents you from even getting too close to the location of the vacuum. For me, it was a pain because I had to wait until the vacuum moved from the area and then guesstimate the location of where I needed the barrier and then tweak it the next time the vacuum ran to ensure it was in the right spot. Editing the map. This right here is my biggest gripe so far. The Wyze app allows you to split or join rooms, but it seems extremely arbitrary as to what it designates as a room. Originally, mapping showed my entire apartment as room 1. With the map editor feature, I was able to split the rooms out and rename them. However, it would not allow me to split out certain rooms, leaving me to have a giant bedroom, bathroom, and entry hall super room. When trying to split the rooms, the app would only allow the line to be connected to the corner, effectively creating a weird like no man land section where the vacuum wouldn't vacuum. Hopefully this will be addressed in a future update where I can draw straight lines and limit the room. The square feet cleaned part of the app. I have no actual basis on this, but it just seems to me that it isn't that accurate. My apartment is close to double what it shows as cleaned. I mean, I guess maybe that's all that was accessible by the vacuum, but since it cleaned my entire place except for my closet and under my bed, it just seems like it might be undercounting the square feet cleaned. It's not really a big deal, it's just something I noticed. Final thoughts. So to answer my question on how well does it work, especially in an apartment full of carpet, the answer is extremely well. The vacuum is an amazing value and works way beyond my expectations for this price point. For around $200, it is a feature-packed vacuum competing in the entry-level market. I am beyond impressed with how well it did cleaning my carpet. It sucks up quite a lot of junk and shows those freshly vacuumed lines. Overall, I've been very happy with the vacuum and I highly recommend it. The few cons I have with the vacuum will be hopefully fixed in a future update of the app. Thanks for watching.